That some industries have either collapsed or relocated from Nigeria is no longer news. The factors often responsible for their circumstances are the absence of infrastructure and high exchange rate of the naira, which leads to high cost of production.
The company closed now, this very month, make it to be 40 years. This company closed down.
The manufacturing sector contributes less than 5% to the nation's GDP. This is as a result of epileptic power supply, poor road networks, and other macroeconomic headwinds.
Cotton were very expensive. The power was not, all that available. When we use generating sets to run, to do production, it's always very, very, very expensive.
It's difficult to get a commercial result from a structure that is built on public sector bureaucracy. And that, I think, must have been responsible for the kind of failure that we are seeing with most of the public enterprises. Then on the private sector side, there are recent developments arising from the shock of the collapse of oil prices, the implications for foreign exchange.
This concern is brought to the fore on this year's May Day celebration. Workers are worried about the closure of factories and production plants, some even after privatization.
Those countries by nature didn't go comatose, but government came out with a policy of trying to hijack them. Because there are things that if you are in government, you cannot steal, but you can steal money. And when you now steal money, you use the money you stole in government and buy those things.
Other steel industry that have been privatized, they have all closed down completely. Like, just name them, Katsina Steel Rolling Mill, Osogbo Steel Rolling Mill, they have all closed down. So they are not working, just Steel Rolling Mill too.
Reopen all the Texas companies and factories that were closed. 2 is to make the cotton farmers, to help the cotton farmers to grow more cotton for our Texas. 3, it should stop importation of fabrics.
Quite a number of state-owned enterprises have been privatized with a view to realize their efficiency. But it appears this effort is inadequate.
Some of the privatization processes that have not worked, they have not worked not because they were privatized, but they have not worked because some of the processes were also not transparent. The quality of the privatization processes were also questionable. So what we now had was that we had people who possibly didn't have the capacity to run those enterprises.
With various internal and external factors, Nigeria's industrial sector seems to be held hostage, as a result leading to rising unemployment profile.
Companies' collapse can create inefficiencies in the job market of an economy, but like analysts have stated, perhaps the review of fiscal and economic policies will be able to help create a better and enabling environment for public and private companies. Temple Ashaju, Channels Television News.